What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Online Dynasty here with Valley State. My name is Bulldog, and welcome to Week 10 of the Dynasty. As you can see, we're coming off a couple of tough weeks this past few weeks. Who would have thought you could lose 2 games with 3 Hail Marys? It's been a tough one for the Crusaders in the past few weeks. Some tough headlines also. Look at here, empty stands. Doesn't get much uglier than Valley State and Buffalo. We do take on Buffalo here this week. We are heading to New York. Like I mentioned, it's been a really tough one here for the Crusaders as we are coming off a loss to Northern Illinois. The Huskies took us down as we took a trip to DeKalb, and it was a tough one. Triple overtime loss for the Crusaders last week. Really, there's just not much you can do. I mean, the computer just, at that point, to me, just didn't want us to win. I look back, I reflected on the loss, and it's just really tough. You know, we hit a wide open receiver with our 2-point conversion, and it's an absolute drop with nobody around. The ball was a little bit behind our receiver, but I guess you can't dwell in the past. We're now 3-5 on the season, as we are looking to just stay bowl eligible here in the first season of the Online Dynasty. Real quick update in the Dynasty Central. You can see we've got another user here in the Dynasty. Stevie Wonder will be taking the Akron Zips, hopefully to the promised land, and he's going to get a win here in his first week, 43-39. Italian Baller does sneak away with a victory this week as well, 59-52 in the last one, as he is still remaining in the top 25, 15 this week, and a huge loss for Scuba Steve as he falls to the Rockford Blue Raiders, 70-28. No crazy news from around the league. We talked about that last week, so we are going to go ahead and jump into just some quick recruiting, just some things I have noticed here over the past few weeks. I know we didn't cover the recruiting last episode, and that's mainly because it was a long game, 3 overtimes, so kind of ran out of time there at the end. Calvin Williams finally did commit to Ohio State, so we will go ahead and remove him from the board. As just another quick update, so far the commits this season, big one for our center position, Jason Mason, officially a Valley State Crusader, and Chris Smith, our future quarterback, also commits to the Crusaders. He's going to be a huge asset for us. Great speed, great acceleration, throw power and throw accuracy right on par with what we are looking for. And truthfully, with Jackson at the helm next year, we could incorporate Chris Smith as a backup. Maybe we'll put him in at receiver for the time being. He's got great route running, pretty decent catching. So Chris Smith might be seeing the field in a couple different variations, starting at receiver and bringing him in at quarterback just to mix up the looks. Of course, Joe Andrews committed, Anthony Jackson and Chris Corbett all committed to Valley State. A couple things I did want to point out real quick. We did bump our points up on Tim Madison. You can see here that Purdue is making an absolute run at Tim Madison, and it would be nice to get Anthony Jackson. Of course, we already have him and Tim Madison for the future, so we did bump those points up to 500. No D tackles right now. We lost out on the D tackle going to LSU, so we're going to have to make that a focal point for next year because we are in a battle with a couple other positions. We're looking good with James Anderson. It's only 300 points this week, but Mark Alston, you can see user-controlled Southeast State making a big push on Mark Alston for that outside linebacker. Also, we are in an absolute battle for Marlon Sanders. If I'd have known this would have been such a battle, I probably wouldn't have picked him in the beginning of the year, but we are so invested in Marlon Sanders. Probably should have been putting a few more points into Sanders as he's going to visit next week, and would love to get him locked up before he goes down to Austin, Texas. Julian Dixon, you can see he visited Southeastern State last week in Week 9. Already took a campus visit here to Valley State, so would hate to lose out on Julian Dixon. Would be a nice middle linebacker for us with great acceleration and speed. Of course, good block shedding from Julian Dixon. We are still looking good on Brandon Sanders, but somehow with that 5-point bonus, it does look like Colorado State is also putting 500 points in each week. I would love to just lock in Brandon Sanders as he would be pivotal, so hopefully we can get him scheduled to visit here shortly. And lastly, I want to point out our athletes. Lawrence Norman, we're still looking great. We're 4,000 points above the cutoff, so Lawrence Norman, barring anything crazy, should be a Crusader next season. Omar Booth is the tough one. We've had our sights set on Omar Booth. He looks like he would be a great outside linebacker for us in the future, but he took a visit to Ohio State last week, and I'm sure the visit to Ohio State pales in comparison to the Valley State visit. And finally, Charles Martin, #1 recruit in the country. We do have 5 less bonus points than Southeast State, as we looks like we are both pouring in 500 points a week. Probably the big difference is going to come from, I don't know, I'm not sure what Southeast State is getting for a bonus as far as those extra 5 points, but we are in a battle. So although I do like our recruits we have so far, it's going to be an absolute grind here at the end of the season to get our recruits. Lastly, Gabe Hines. You can see all of a sudden Pitt making a huge advancement, and Gabe has already visited us here on campus, and he goes to Pitt next week. So really nervous to lose Gabe Hines. I felt pretty comfortable about him all season long. You can see he's 99% locked, so maybe he'll commit before he visits Pitt, but really nervous about Pitt making an advancement. And we went ahead and just absolutely upped our points in Will Kent. We'd love to solidify a nice strong O-line for the future. But to get recruits, you've got to win. And this week we take on Buffalo, as we've had some pretty crazy looking storylines there in the bottom right corner. But it's going to be Valley State heading to New York to take on the Bulls this week for another MAC action game. I did want to go ahead and give a quick update on the MAC standings. It looks like overall in the MAC of 13 teams, we are 10th. Of course, with a conference record of 1-3. Ohio is the only team that we have beat below us, and it looks like we are taking on the 0-3 conference Buffalo Bulls this week. Got to have a win this week against the bottom of the barrel Bulls in the MAC, and you can see Akron got their first win this week with user-controlled. Western Michigan sits atop the conference, followed by Central Michigan. Central Michigan, our rival in this one. So if we do go ahead and look, we are at the bottom of the West standings. So we lost to, of course, Northern Illinois last week on 2 Hail Marys. I don't know what you do about it. If you've got a comment, go ahead and check out last week's episode. Please let us know if there's anything we can do, because I felt like we were in pretty good control throughout the whole game, but fell short to the Huskies, lost big to Toledo. Yet to take on Central and Western Michigan, so those are going to be pretty pivotal games for us, as Western Michigan undefeated so far on this side of the conference. But without further ado, let's jump into the game. Welcome to Buffalo, New York. Valley State set to take on the Bulls in another conference matchup here. As you can see, the MAC East, Buffalo toward the bottom of the East standings. And of course, the Valley State Crusaders at the bottom of the West. So, kind of bottom of the barrel matchup here. Nothing gonna happen as far as television rankings for the Crusaders, as we've got a matchup with the Bulls in blue. Really need to limit mistakes this week from Jackson throwing picks, so just gotta take sacks if we have to. You know, we haven't been sacked too much this season, but we've thrown a lot of picks, so if we have to take a sack, we will, as we got the black pants on, black helmets, and white tops, taking on the Bulls. Gonna go ahead and start out on defense. Dahl set to kick this one deep for the Crusaders. And we are underway in Buffalo. Buffalo takes the field for the first time. Crusaders on defense, as it's gonna be a 4 wide receiver look. Quick pass out to the receiver, and they're gonna pick up 7. Giovanni Ruiz Navarro with the quick pickup, and just like that, pick up a 7 for the Buffalo Bulls. It's gonna be tough to not say the Bills all day long. 2nd and 3 now for Buffalo. As of course we're back to the D line. We're trying it out. Interesting play there, Jake Milanich. Gonna pick up 9. First down for Buffalo after the pickup. And we would love to see our defense really come up big. Looked good last game, of course, at that D-line position. And what is going on, man? What is going on from our right end? Of course, Arrington, our starter, is out. Broken ribs last week, so he's going to miss 11 more weeks on the season. I think that's going to be a season ender, truthfully. season-ending injury for our right end, so we are thin over there as the new right end, Kent, is in for the Crusaders. 2nd and 2 here for the Bulls, as we have yet to really have a positive play on defense. And there it is, big sack. We brought the pressure. Off the edge, was it Jared Green? Jared Green with a TFL sack. We brought the pressure off that right side, trying to give a little pressure relief to our backup right end, and it comes up big. Now, 3rd and 11 for the Bulls. Will be McDermott off the edge here as we tried to look for... Got to get a stop. We do. First drive stop, and we're right at midfield. Hubbard with the play there. 56 linebacker as we come up with a first drive stop. I don't think we've seen that in this series yet. So playing with the D-line does turn out to be big. And the punt is going to go into the end zone. Marquise Jackson taking the field for the first time. 250 through the air last week. 2 touchdowns for Jackson. We have tried to make some adjustments to our custom playbook, of course. We've had some trouble down toward the goal line, so hopefully that will change. As all of a sudden, we got it! Jackson on the keeper from the read option. He's going to pick up a big gain, 24 on the first carry. New play to the playbook. We practiced that this week in the lab with the Crusaders, as it's a big first play. As it's now 2nd down. We've got Edgar Allen over the middle, got to hold on, and he drops it. Felt like it was there. Took a shot on our top receiver, Edgar Allen, as he's got a dropped pass. And we've seen a lot of dropped passes in the past few weeks. It's been really frustrating, especially because a lot of the shots have been there. So let's go bring up 2nd and 10 for the Crusaders, as we try to hit Jackson in stride, and we just get absolutely stuffed by the cornerback there. Couldn't get around. A little bit of a tough pass. Now 3rd and 9 for the Crusaders, as we're going to look for Jeff Hunter over the top of the defense. We got one-on-one coverage. Not quite there. Not quite there. It's now 4th and 9. You know, I liked it on 3rd and 9. And we probably could have, you know, solidified a little something there. Try to come up with a play for our offense to pick up this 3rd down. But we're going to go ahead and punt. And wow, that was not good. Hubbard comes up the play, so not even much of a shift. I mean, geez, punt of like 20 yards, maybe. So after the not much of a shift in field position, I thought we may be able to pin him deep. Wasn't in the cards there, as it was kind of a tough time. We haven't seen our punter much this season, so we're going to bring a little bit of pressure. Got to come up with the play. We do. Only pick up a 3 for Dominic Jackson. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for Buffalo. Trying to get a little pressure on the Bulls here, as we've got a little bit of a zone concept. It is going to be a run, so that does make it a little tough as we... Whew, I thought he's going to break that one. Big Kevin Marks Jr. Pick up a 12 on the play, as it's been a back-and-forth battle so far, which our offense just hasn't really found it. We had a pretty good play with Jackson to start the game, but got to have it here. Broken tackle. Gosh, we got to get there, and Barnes is put on the ground. What is going on? Devonta McDermott. He is the hustle player of this defense. Trails the linebacker there and finally picks him up. We had a play in the backfield, Clement, and then, oh my gosh, we just get put on the ground with Barnes. And again, McDermott finally makes the play there as the Buffalo Bulls on a drive here. Seems like the computer really likes to score on their 2nd possession, usually. And we are all over the place. Got to make a play. Devontae McPherson doesn't. Tripped up from behind. Oh, gosh, man. And the quarterback goes big. Kyle Van Treese. Kyle Van Treese with the big pickup there, and he was not to be stopped on the play. That'll bring the Crusaders back out on the field after a first possession stop. The Bulls do capitalize on their 2nd possession. Majerus going to get the ball on the read option. Pickup 10. Great pickup for Majerus on 1st down. Now on 1st down, it's going to be a play action from Jackson, but he's just going to roll out. Just got to pick up what we can. Pick up an 8 on the scramble. Had a lot of pressure there after the play action. Just looking for a little bit of positive yard after we really struggled there. Really like Majerus out of the backfield here. He's actually going to clear it out. We'll find Battle. Just pick up a 4. We probably could have got more with Majerus, but Majerus is tired, so we're going to just dump it off to Battle, as he will pick up the first down. Now first down for Valley State as we're going to try to find Osborne. Drops the pass. Found the pocket. They were playing press coverage. Found the pocket, and we just come up with another drop pass. I mean, drop passes have been the story outside of losing by Hail Marys. So, really got to get our receivers involved here. As Jackson's still tired. Edgar Allen on the slant, finally going to hold on to that ball. 3rd and inches now for the Crusaders after a pick of a 9. 3rd and inches now. We're just going to spread the defense out. You can see they've only got 4 in the box. We got 5 O-linemen, so as long as we can hold our blocks, we are going to pick up that first down. So Jake Majerus, pick up a 4. Going to bring up a fresh set of downs for the Crusaders. We'll go back to a little bit of spread option. Going to spread them out here. As, man, I really need that depth next year for that O-line. You can see our fullback playing center there. Going to get the ball to Majerus on the bubble screen. He's going to pick up 2 on the reception. Now 2nd and 8 for the Crusaders. We're going to come out in a 5 wide receiver look again. And Pruitt, of course, had the case of the drops last week. We just had to get rid of that one. I thought I had it across the middle, and all of a sudden, Jackson goes down. That could be a huge storyline, as we've got our backup in for the first time. So here we go. For the first time this season, Boyd Garrison in at quarterback, and it's loud at Buffalo. Who would have thought? But on 3rd down, gotta get him. Devontae McPherson makes the big reception, as Garrison goes 1 for 1 with Jackson out after the injury. Little press coverage. Hit McPherson right as he released there and does come up with a reception that was huge. So here we go. 1st and goal. Backup quarterback Garrison still in the game, as we're going to go a little read option. Not even sure how fast Garrison is. He's going to have an opportunity here. Put the shoulder down. Garrison in for a touchdown. Boyd Garrison, first touchdown on the season, as he is going to get in the end zone for the Crusaders. Barring the extra point, we're going to be knotted up here in Buffalo. 10-play drive, and Boyd Garrison comes in a crucial moment for the Crusaders, as it's knotted up here in Buffalo, 7-all. We're going to go ahead and keep the pressure on the Bulls as they come out after a big scoring drive. Got McPherson again here, the D-tackle, trying to make a move. Brought the pressure, not going to get there. They're going to bounce it. Oh, and what a big pickup. Down the sideline they go. Broken tackles have been the story of the past few weeks, as it is just another big gain on just a dump-off pass. Let's see if we can just... Gonna go ahead and change that strip ball down to conservative. Maybe that will help us make some tackles. Jackson dislocated elbow, out for 5 weeks. Huge injury. We knew we had Jackson pretty tired there. We called a pass play, as Boyd Garrison is going to have to be the answer for the Crusaders, as it's been a tough few weeks for Valley State. 1st and 10 now for the Bulls as we go into the 2nd quarter of this one. Big upset with Jackson going down for the next 5 weeks, as we've got to have some players. Oh my goodness, man. And I switched on touchdown Bulls. Gosh, man. It has been just a meltdown so far as our tackling, and you can see just between... I switched on to one of the players there. Nothing I can say. Got to play better. Touchdown Bulls. Kick is good. 14-7 now for the Bulls, as we've just got to be better. That's plain and simple. We're down a quarterback. It's time to hit the grindstone, as McPherson going to have an opportunity down the sideline. Gets to midfield. Big pickup for McPherson on the kick return, as we've got to pick up the pace. Our defense has not looked great today, so we are hoping that with Boyd Garrison now taking the helm for the Crusaders, it's going to be a big switch-up. Jackson's been a key cornerstone for us all season long, as Garrison, not quite the speed, but Garrison going to hold on to the ball and pick up 17 on the carry. So a big pickup for Boyd Garrison, as he is going to be the new man. He is the new man for the Valley State Crusaders for the next 5 weeks, and that will probably end out the season, most likely. As Garrison going to keep it again. We're just going to go ahead and slide this time. Protect our backup Garrison, as he has got the Crusaders on a drive pretty quickly. We like what we've seen from Boyd Garrison so far, as he's come in to relieve Jackson. Nothing there so far. We are just going to go ahead and take the sack, fumble. We are going to lose a yard on the play. Garrison now exhausted. Going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Crusaders. Got to have Majerus in the bubble screen here. We are, just get tackled from behind. Going to bring up 3rd and 2 after pickup at 9. Again, we're going to try to go back to Majerus here, as hopefully we have the number advantage. They get up to 2nd level, and there it is, a rushing touchdown. Jake Majerus makes a difference. He's got 26 on the day. Big pickup for the Crusaders there. Ball's through the uprights. It's going to knot it up 14-all here in Buffalo. All right, Buffalo offense back on the field, and hopefully after some adjustments, we've got a little bit of a difference in this defense, as we have looked good. Bring the pressure, and we do force an incomplete pass. We brought the pressure there. 2nd and 10, 5:30 left in the first half here, as we cannot get pressure. Man, that out concept has killed us all season long, and I don't know if it's the man coverage issue, but that will bring up a fresh set of downs for Buffalo. Again, we're going to go ahead and bring the pressure here, as we've got to get there. In the backfield, broken tackle, but there is it! Rehab Barnes with the TFL. The pressure finally got there. There is still a broken tackle, as Hubbard wasn't able to wrap him up, but Rehab Barnes able to finish off the play. Loss of 3. That brings up 2nd and 13 for the Bulls, as I'm going to anticipate a screen here. Oh, man, and I thought Elgin Owen had an opportunity there to pick that ball. That would have been a 6 the other way for the Valley State Crusaders. We'll take a nice TFL, pick up a nothing, as it's going to be 3rd and 13 now for the Bulls. No screen here. Just got to make a play. 2 broken tackles, but into the teeth of the defense. 7-yard pickup, but it's going to leave 4th and 7 for Buffalo. As punt formation on the field now, Devontae McPherson back deep for the Crusaders. Storyline of the day, outside of needing the win, is the fact that Boyd Garrison is going to be at the helm for the Crusaders moving forward. But Boyd Garrison up the middle. 20-yard pickup for Garrison on the read option. Almost got taken out in the backfield, as we had a great block right at the end there from Jake Majerus. And if you love to see anything, as Boyd Garrison has really made an impact coming off the bench. Haven't seen Boyd Garrison all season long. Jake Majerus going to get this one. Cut it back into the teeth of the defense. 14-yard pickup. And the offense is looking good on the ground here today. I like the wheel on 1st and 10 here. They've been seeing a lot of run. There is nothing open, though, as Garrison just going to try to slide there. We aren't going to be able to slide, but we do hold on to the ball, so good pickup scramble from Boyd Garrison. Boyd Garrison's got a good amount of speed. So we're going to go back to the play action. Cummings over the middle looks good. It's a too high safety look. Otherwise, Osborne popping the top off the defense. We got an opportunity with Osborne. Not as accurate. Backup quarterback in. You can't expect everything. Boyd Garrison sails that one deep over Osborne. And really, that just brings up another thing. Got to build up the confidence from Garrison. He's coming in. He's exhausted. To mention that as well. As we've got to step again. There it is, Joe Osborne with a step. Garrison floats it in. Gotta love that. They pressed Osborne at the line of scrimmage, and we're trying to take a little more shots. We've got nothing to lose on the season. We're 3-5. So we're really just trying to go for it as Joe Osborne comes up big for the Crusaders on 3rd down. So here we go. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. As we've done it all day long, let's just go ahead and do it again. Let's get the oh man, we had one block away from a touchdown there, as it looked pretty good. Blocking looked pretty decent, just missed one there, as we've got a read option again here called. Majerus, just put your head down. Another rushing touchdown. Jake Majerus puts the Crusaders back on top here in Buffalo. Great read from Garrison, the backup, as Majerus just put his head down and found the end zone. So here we go. Buffalo takes the field again after the stop last time by the Crusader defense. Going to look for a similar result here. We're going to bring a little bit of pressure. Nobody there. A little dump-off pass. Elgin, but McDermott was back in coverage there, as they're going to pick up 9. Obviously, Buffalo going to look to score here before half, as it's 2nd and 1. Playbook's open. They've got enough timeouts. 2 timeouts left for the Bulls. 2nd and 1 now, as it is going to be a run. Got to get there. Broken tackle, as Hubbard going to come with the cleanup duty. Cook Jr. going to pick up 3, and that's going to be enough for a first down. That'll stop the clock momentarily on the first down, but the Bulls going to hurry back to the line of scrimmage. As Dion McPherson, we got to get a little bit of pressure from Dion. Get picked up there by the center. Oh, and I thought Jared Green had a shot there for an interception, as it'll be a catch for the Bulls. Just a pickup of 4, though. No hurry-up offense from the Bulls, as it does look like they're going to come out in an empty package here. 2nd and 6 now, as 1:20 left here in the first half with the clock winding down. Pass over the middle is going to be a gang tackle between Hubbard and Clement. They do pick up 8, bring up a fresh set of downs. No timeout from the Bulls yet. So we are going to go back to man. Hopefully they don't throw the out concept here, but we will give it a shot. Go ahead and guess it is a pass. 60 seconds remaining here in this one. Trying to get there with McDermott. We do. Oh, we thought we had a pick. Oh, man, I thought we had a pick with Elgin Owens. Oh, man, I thought we had it. We broke on it nicely. Golly, man. Oh, and I thought we had the pick on the out concept, as we finally had a good read from Elgin there on the play, but they are going to bring, and they're now threatening. Devontae McDermott, we've got to get something here. Just a little jump-off pass. Of course, that out concept does kill us in man. Back to the zone, as Buffalo is on a drive here. Would love to hold them to a field goal, as it's 1st and 10 for the Bulls. They are going to run the ball. Wasn't expecting that. Big hit from our safety as London comes up to make the play. Clock continues to wind. Just 40 seconds left here in this one. Get there! Ah, we had the pressure. Now 3rd and 3. Valley State defense bending, but hopefully not going to break on this drive. And as it's 3rd and 3 for the Bulls. Playbook is open for them. 1 timeout. Could be a run. We've got man across the board. It's going to be a run. Got to fill. Got to fill. Nobody's there. We do stop them, though. So maybe we will. We're going to go ahead and call a timeout. You know, it's 30 seconds left. That would give us some time. 30 seconds left here in this one, as it would be really nice to get a stop. And I don't even want to guess the middle, because I usually pitch. And there is the pitch. No problem. Buffalo on the board. We're going to knot it up here. 30 seconds to go here in the first half. You know, that's just a tough drive. I mean, Buffalo looked really good. I thought we were playing it pretty well, but they just kept driving down the field. I mean, there wasn't much we could do. Really, the pivotal play for me was the fact I thought we had a pick with Owen Elgin, but it just wasn't meant to be. They do pick up a good chunky yards there, puts them in threatening position. Good clock management from the Bulls, as we're going to have an opportunity here with 30 seconds left in the half. Down the sideline, McPherson goes. We've got an opportunity. And what a return for Devontae McPherson, 64 yards, and all of a sudden we're kind of in range for a field goal. Would love to end up with a touchdown here, but Devontae McPherson puts us in absolute position to capitalize here before half. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. So we're going to come out here. Oh my goodness. They ball hawked it. We tried to just go for something big there, as Garrison just going to put it up a little too loftily. As would have been really nice to have points there before half, and we probably should have just taken the points. We squandered that opportunity before half, as we're going to go into halftime all knotted up with the Bulls. Would have really liked to just get a field goal there. We will start the ball to start out the second half, but defense is playing pretty good. We've given up some pretty big plays as well, but man, the picks have just been brutal for us. That was our first of the game, so doesn't turn into opposite points, but here we go. Crusaders hitting the field again for another drive. Garrison at the helm for the Crusaders. As we've got some blockers. Garrison! Garrison with some speed! Oh, and it's going to be a flag. Gosh, it's going to be a flag. What is it, clipping?
Personal foul.
Clipping on the offense. An absolute huge play. As Joe Osborne gets the clipping call on the big pickup for Garrison. Oh, man, you hate to see that, as we almost could have even had a touchdown. I just decided to run that ball out of bounds. Huge penalty. Huge penalty. As I thought we were at least on the other side of the field at this point. Oh, man, we just don't have the arm with Garrison. Oh, man, gosh, what a tough plays for Garrison, man. And honestly, that's a little frustrating. Here's what I saw. You know, I see that it's zone. I was going to hit the curl route there. And I see that we've got an opportunity with Elgin. You can see if we hit this deep, we've got an opportunity. We load up, and, I mean, the ball, he can only, like, throw it 40 yards. Oh, we're just going to put a lot of pressure on our defense. Back-to-back huge mistakes from Valley State. The clipping was detrimental, as we'd have been threatening in the red zone after the pickup from Garrison. But all of a sudden, oh, and this is a screen. We just got to take the edge away. We did. We at least took the edge away. Made it minimal for Kevin Marks. He's going to pick up 4. Gosh, man. Tough transaction of plays. Before half, the clipping, the interception, that's what you get when you're a losing team, man. You get mistakes. And we're going to bring some pressure. It's got to get there. It doesn't. We do come up with the play. Owen Elgin makes the tackle. Elgin Owen, whatever his name is. Golly. Oh, this has been a tough transaction of plays as Buffalo is on the move again. Pressure just isn't getting there. Pressure's not getting there. Broken tackles. And our team is just, maybe they don't have the speed. At this point, Buffalo is just absolutely dinking and dunking this. 1st and 10 for the Bulls. Gonna be a pitch. Gotta have this with London. Gets just absolutely, just gets silly. Just gets absolutely little boyed. Oh my gosh. The halfback said, I'm better than you right here. Stiff arm to the face. Get off me. 1st and goal now for Buffalo. And right as I thought we were looking good, we had control, we were looking good. Bulls had a great play. Gotta make the play, we do with London. And I'm dwelling in the past, obviously. The Bulls had a great drive right before half, knotted it up. I thought we had a shot when McPherson took that one deep. We throw a pick, definitely a user error on that one. We throw a pick with the user error right before half. Tough. Clipping sets us back. Didn't know where we were on the field. It's going to be 3rd down here for the Bulls. Good play from our defense. Gang tackle. Barnes came up from his safety position with Clement there. 3rd and goal now. Here we go. 3rd and goal. This would be a big stop. Would be a big stop for the Crusaders. And we're trying to get there. He does break a tackle. 2 tackles. We finally get there. Good swarm from the Crusaders as we've got a relatively goal line stand. I'll call it a goal line stand. Certainly a red zone stand. Those are really rare in this dynasty. As we hold Buffalo to a field goal after the interception. So I guess that is the silver lining for the Crusaders. Knocks it through there. 24-21. Buffalo on top of the Crusaders here in New York. So here we go. Crusaders back on the field after their mistakes last time. We know we don't have the arm with Garrison at this point, so that is a future note. But we do have some legs with Garrison. I will say that. Garrison has been nice on the ground, so we're just going to try to ground and pound this one. We are not out of it from the standpoint that we have plenty of time left on the clock. We're only down by 3. This would be a nice drive to cap off with a touchdown, as the Bulls are not worried about Garrison at all. Garrison will pick up 11 back-to-back 10-yard carries. Again, Garrison, the backup quarterback here. Jackson goes down in the first half with an injury, and he's going to be out for 5 weeks. So it's going to be really tough for the Crusaders as they don't have their #1 player and playmaker on the team. So we're just going to look to be bigger and better. Oh, man. Thought we had it there. Pick up a 2. Did a nice job bouncing it out as that middle linebacker was ready to meet us in the middle. But let's get our playmaker, Dykes in the game. Get Majerus a little rest here, as we've just got a straight run. Yeah, we'll go for it. Freddie Dykes. Dykes with the carry. Good blocking up front from the line. Love to see that as Dykes will pick up 11 on his first carry of the day, maybe second. Now Garrison has a little bit of rest. He is back to full recovery, so we can get him back involved if the Bulls allow us. Trying to get the edge. We're going to pick up 5. Nah, pick up 4. Pick up 4 with Garrison on the keeper there. And that will be fine. He's got 10 yards an average right now, so that's pretty impressive from the backup coming in. 2nd and 6 now for Valley State as we are just trying to go on a drive here with the Crusaders. Garrison with a little bit more speed. That would have been an absolute explosive play. But Garrison will have a nice pickup there and bring up a fresh set of downs for the Crusaders. We are a little outmatched in the box here. I don't love the look. We'll see what we can get out of it. And, you know, we should have checked out of it. We knew it. We called it. We should have checked out of it. 2nd and 12 now for Valley State. All right, favorable look here for the Crusaders, as they do bring a blitz. Oh, man. Off. Not a good pass. Not a good pass from Garrison, as that was off. Really got to have this 3rd and 12. Again, points aren't bad, so I guess I can't be too critical. I do like Osborne matched up over there one-on-one. And Garrison's got to get there. I know he's tired. Oh, man, 4th and 8. Garrison now is out of the game. 40-yard field goal. 40-yard field goal, wind at our back. We got to have a big kick here from Dahl. We put it up, and it is good. We do get points out of it. I'm really worried about the quarterback now. Garrison is down. Penn State hanging out of their top 25 position against 0-8 Illinois. Ooh, boy. Not good to see Garrison go down, and we are in trouble at the quarterback position. If our 3rd string is in, we are in absolute trouble. So here we go. We will wait on the update for Garrison at quarterback. He is injured. Last drive, last play of the drive, I should say. As quick pass from the Bulls. And that was just incredibly quick. I mean, that was as quick as pass you could do. Pick up a 9. And every time we bring pressure, they are able to get rid of the ball really quick. So, a little bit frustrating. But it is 1st and 10 now for the Bulls. And of course, going to bring pressure. We got to get there. We don't. Broken tackle. Oh my gosh, the broken tackles, man. Who is this guy? Jake Milanich. Send him to the NFL. The dude's shrugging off D1 players. He called for it. He said, "Get off me. I got this. Get the heck off me. Get off me." Finally, he gets pushed out of bounds, and thank goodness he did. What a freaking carry, man. Back spasms for Garrison. He's out for the game. 3rd string quarterback in for Valley State. This is going to be a battle, as that one is airmailed out of bounds from the Bulls. Wow. So, down to our 3rd string quarterback, as it's 2nd and 10 for the Bulls. We don't have much going on. We're going to push him out of bounds. Pick up a 3. Oh, okay. He was pushed out of bounds. Not sure what's going on with the game sometimes. Into the 3rd quarter. It's now 4th quarter action here in Buffalo, as we will be McDermott. I'm guessing it's a pass with 5 wide receivers here. We've got to get there with some pressure. Just no pressure, man. And the broken tackles are so serious. The dude is a scrawny wide receiver, and he's shrugging off linebackers like he is an NFL halfback. Gosh, man, this game sometimes is difficult. Of course, we're down to our freaking 3rd string quarterback. Got to get off a block with McDermott. McDermott and Hubbard there with the tackle. As Buffalo absolutely threatening now. 5 tackles for Hubbard. As our whole D-line is exhausted. Looks like all backups in. Oh, man. Come on. Oh, jeez. Screenplay to the running back, and we didn't read it. Didn't read the screen at all. As Buffalo scores another touchdown. Almost get there with the kick. Down 7 is the Crusaders. 6 minutes left in this one. Who the heck is our third string? Jamel Britt. Oh my god. Jamel Britt. This is going to be tough. Okay, here we go. Back on offense is the Crusaders. Jamel Britt is in at quarterback. So we've made some adjustments. Jamel Britt is in at quarterback. But you can see Devontae McPherson is going to be our ground difference maker. As he's going to lose 1. Thought we had an answer. But they're going to keep the pressure on. But that's going to be our tactic here with our third string quarterback in. So Jamel Britt will be our passer. So that's going to be our strategy. Oh gosh, Britt is in the game here. Oh man, I don't like this. He's so slow. As Britt with a huge pickup. He is absolutely slow. That's Jamel Britt, the third string quarterback in for the Crusaders. He is atrocious. He's a 60 overall, but the blocks were just there. He went off the blocks really well. Gonna do our best with what we've got. Third string quarterback again, Jamel Britt in. So in some of these plays, we're able to get our big speedster, Devontae McDermott, in at half our quarterback. Just for just action like that, man. I shouldn't call the hurry up. I shouldn't do this every play because really they're gonna start crashing this. But I really want to get McDermott loose. As there's a big block. Jake Majerus up the middle. And the Bulls have no answer for this right now. I'm just going to keep the pressure on. Back to the hurry up. This will probably be the last one, as our team is probably exhausted. Yeah, McDermott's exhausted, or Majerus is exhausted. Going to go back to him, though. Hold on to the ball. He'll pick up 9, as Jake Majerus will have to come out of this game here, as he's exhausted. Don't lose Jake Majerus. We already lost our starter for 5 weeks. So here we go, 2nd and inches for the Crusaders. As Dyke's going to have enough to pick up the first down there. Really need a quick answer. That'd be nice. Got to get in the end zone, of course. As there's the speedster on the ground, Devontae McPherson in the end zone. So we are having to be creative. Devontae McPherson, our absolute speedster threat, is going to be taking some snaps at quarterback, of course, for those rushing opportunities, those read options. So, new dynamic to the game, because Jamel Britt is not quick, and I'm really afraid to see what he's even got for an arm. So, we're knotted up here in Buffalo, as this is going to be a gritty win. Even if it is bottom of the barrel MAC action, this is a gritty game in New York. Okay, Buffalo is back on offense now, as it has been a wild game here today. 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in this one. Just got to tackle him. 3 people there. Hopefully you can make the tackle. Mark's out of the backfield. Going to pick up 8 there. Bring up 2nd and 2 for the Bulls. As the Bulls have not taken their foot off the gas here today. Kyle, the quarterback, has having an absolute game. Just got to come up with a tackle. We do. They pick up 3, so it's going to bring up fresh set downs to the Bulls. Would be a huge stop for our defense. I say this just about every drive. But I really love where our offense was going last drive. Trying to switch it up. Rehab Barnes had the tackle there. As I would love to see our offense back on the field, especially with an opportunity to win this game as the clock is winding down quickly. Gotta have the pick. Owen Elgin, we tried to switch on there. I thought we might have had the pick. They took a shot deep as we switched on there late to try to make a play. 2nd and 10 now for the Bulls. And man, I thought we had a shot with 22 to make a pick. 2nd and 10. Just gotta have the play. Trip him up. Only a pickup of 1 out of the backfield for Marks. 3rd and 9 now for the Bulls. Crucial down here. 3rd and 9 for the Bulls. Gotta have a big rush from McDermott off the edge. Bulls in motion. As they're going to keep someone in to block. McDermott's going to find his way around one. Gotta come up with the... Oh, we gotta be there. We're there. Yes. Pickup of 1. The Bulls are upset. 3 minutes left in this one. Tied up in New York. As it's 4th and 8. Punt formation for the Bulls. McPherson back deep to receive this one. They're going to wind the clock down. I think that's fine, because we want this to be the last possession of the game. McPherson has the edge. Down the sideline. Just scamper out of bounds. Big return from McPherson. 2 minutes to go here. So we do make an adjustment there. We move Devontae McPherson down on the depth chart just a little bit. And the main reason being is he is now the pseudo second string quarterback. Has a great pickup there from Jackson. Wow, what a rush. Or excuse me, from Majerus. He's had a great day. We got 97 on the ground. As we have got to turn on conservative clock here. We're just going to go back to it, as we are under 2 minutes left in this one. And all we need is a field goal. So if we can get close enough for a field goal, that is all we need. As Majerus is having a day. Over 100 on the day now for Majerus, 2nd in inches. I was hoping Devontae McPherson would have a little bit of energy left, but he does look like he's still pretty exhausted. So, 2nd in inches here. Gonna go ahead and keep it to Majerus. Keep it on the ground. We're under a minute. Buffalo's gonna let this clock tick away. They haven't called timeout yet, as we're gonna have an opportunity here with the kicker. At the very least. Freddie Dykes in the game. They're not worried about the big play. We're tripped up from behind, and I don't think we hate that. I don't think we hate it. You know what we've got? An opportunity here. We are just going to play this one absolutely safe. Going to take a knee here with Britt. As we will let this clock run down. And there it is. Timeout from Valley State. We have put ourselves in a position to make a 27-yard field goal. And Buffalo is going to go ahead and try to ice Craig Dahl as we go back on the field for a 27-yard field goal. Kick is up. Iced kicker and all. We do it. We take down Buffalo. It should have been this close. I know what you're thinking. It shouldn't have been this close. But we are down to our 3rd string quarterback. Devontae McPherson is seeing action at the quarterback spot as he's on the field, giving the first congratulations to the kicker there. And that will do it here from Buffalo. Another ESPN Classic. Although we're coming up with a lot of losses lately, you guys have seen some great games. Huge game from Jake Majerus, 112 on the ground here today. And it was a battle. I mean, I played this game a lot growing up. I haven't played it of recent. I've been out of the football game for a while now. But these games have been quite the challenge, so it's nice to get the win. I know it wasn't pretty. Coming down to a last-second field goal, having to kneel, I don't like that. I don't love it. But what we needed was a win, no mistakes, and I knew they were going to ice us, which actually is really tough in this game. So, we got to the middle of the field. Buffalo wasn't calling timeouts. We took the knee. We did it. We're on top. Win for Valley State. We're still in contention to go bowling. And that's going to be the highlight this year. Hopefully our recruits watch this game. I don't even think it was televised, so I guess they'll hear about it in the paper. I don't know. But we come up with a win in Buffalo, New York. Valley State on top of the Bulls here. Great game from our team, as it has been tough, to say the least, at the quarterback position. You can see Marquise Jackson is going to be out for 5 weeks, so 4 more weeks after this. I think that puts it at week 14, so it's going to be almost a season ender. Might be able to see Marquise Jackson in a bowl game if we can get there. That'd be nice for the true junior out of Georgia, but he goes down with an injury this week. Tough for that. Boyd Garrison, of course, came in as the backup, throws 2 interceptions, so not a great showing from Boyd Garrison. One definitely our fault, but doesn't have much for an arm, so Boyd Garrison also was out the rest of this game, so he will be back next week, hopefully. He's the redshirt freshman out of Waco, Texas. Of course, our third-string quarterback, we didn't want to put it in his hands, did not throw the ball one time. On the ground is where we established ourselves today. Jake Majerus, 112 on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns. Boyd Garrison, the backup who came in, 110 on the ground, 1 rushing touchdown. And Devontae McPherson, we put him in. He saw some snaps at quarterback. We had to get creative because this guy, Jamel Britt, comes in for the Valley State Crusaders. 60 overall. He's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. He did have a great run, though. You can see there. 2 rushes, 23 yards. But Devontae McPherson comes in, gets that rushing touchdown. And really that might be a strategy we do here in the coming weeks because we're going to need to be creative. Jackson's out. You can see he had a pretty big day. Defense did pretty good today. Rehab Barnes had the most tackles, as you can see there. Don't love to see that from the safety position, but he did have 2 TFLs, which led the team. Elgin Bowen with a big TFL as well. C. London. So our DBs are coming up making the plays in the backfield, as we did have one with Deion McPherson. We have been controlling him of late, but pretty decent day. Tough on the injury bug, man. Tough on the injury bug. We already lost Arrington. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. But that'll do it here. From Buffalo, we'll see you back at the main screen. Welcome back, and what a game in Buffalo. As, again, we will go quickly to our injury report. Just want to give a quick update of everything that happened. So it does look like Boyd Garrison will be back next week, as he was just out for the game with those back spasms against Buffalo, so he will be back in action. But Marquise Jackson, definitely a big blow to this team. Best player on the team by far, 85 overall, dislocated elbow, out for 5 weeks. So that's going to put him at least at week 14, 15, and that's even if he is good to go. So hopefully we can turn this season around a little bit, try to go bowling with the Crusaders this year, and Jackson would have an opportunity to come back. Unfortunately, I think Emmanuel Arrington, one of our run-stopping DNs, those broken ribs, that's going to put him out for the season, so big loss for Arrington. That happened last week, so he didn't get to see the action today in Buffalo. But Jackson, big blow to Valley State, as we were down to our 3rd string starting quarterback. So just a tough one there. As we are set to advance the week, we will go through recruiting real quick. I know we did this at the beginning of the episode, but just a quick update, as we do have some battles going on. We're in an absolute battle with Pitt now for Gabe Hines. I really want to get Gabe Hines. He would be a huge impact to this O-line with Jason Mason next year, and especially for the future of our O-line. So, like Gabe Hines, of course, Sanders, and both teams, you can see they're Pitt, and in this case, Colorado State, making a little bit of a comeback, certainly more from Pitt, as they had a 110-point advantage last week. And he's going to go visit Pitt next week. I'm hoping that we just go ahead and lock this in for next week. And we will go ahead and advance the week during this episode so we can see if we do get Gabe Hines. But, of course, still out to a good lead with Lawrence Norman. Big fall for Omar Booth, as we lost big time from Ohio State. Tim Madison, he is getting recruited heavily by Purdue at this point, as he's going to go visit them in a few weeks. So we've got max points. We've got to really just shore up that D-line. At the very least, add some depth. Same with Will Kent, as Rockford really making a push. He did visit Rockford this week, so we will see how that turns out. Marlon Sanders, of course, you know the battle with Texas. Julian Dixon, we're in a battle with the other user, Southeast State. So that's the Italian baller, as he visited last week and got a huge bonus from that visit and win. James Anderson, we are out to a great lead, but only 55% lock, so would love to see that go up a little bit more. Illinois making a little bit of push on Matt Lowry. Maybe we should put some points into Matt Lowry next week just to try to get that final little push. Don't care about Udalane Lemon. We're done with Fountain. Yeah, let's just go ahead and take Fountain off the board here. Tommy Kimbrough, we haven't offered a scholarship. We might do it at the end, just so that we can get a little bit more depth at the DN position potentially. As Tom Bennett, we are out of this one, so we'll just take ourselves off. I know where he's supposed to visit, but it ain't happening. Same with Quentin Norton. We offered a scholarship. Let's go ahead and remove Quentin. Ryan Whitaker, we do have a shot. we have offered a scholarship. That would give us a really deep wide receiving core. We don't have a bad receiving core. We got a lot of speed, which is really nice. But you can see here, we're working for Alston, another battle with Southeast State, so we seem to be going after similar players. Philip Hart would be a nice, again, addition to that wide receiving core. If we can get Hart on top of Corbett, which we already locked in, that would be a big addition. I mean, those would be starting wide receivers this year for sure. So let's go ahead and advance the week. We are going to take on Western Michigan next week. So Western Michigan sits atop of our division in the MAC. Gonna be a gut-wrencher. And we're going to have to get creative. We got Boyd Garrison in the backfield. And what that means is we might get Devontae McPherson involved again. He seemed to be handling those snaps fine as a wide receiver, taking snaps at the quarterback position. Of course, if he was ever asked to throw the ball, not sure how that would turn out. Boyd Garrison doesn't have much of an arm. We learned that. He's got that weak arm. We tried to, pop the top off the defense with that one play last week against Buffalo, but it just wasn't there. The strength wasn't there. He only went 30 yards, I think, through the air. So it was intercepted. Just a learning curve using your backup quarterback as we lose Majerus, probably for the rest of the season as we are getting deep into the season. It's going to be week 11 here coming up. All right, so the week does advance, and we are in a recruiting battle with a lot of players, as we do have some ready to visit. Charles Martin ready to come to campus. Finally, the cornerback Brandon Sanders, so hopefully we can lock him in. We do have Marlon Sanders scheduled to visit this week as well as we take on Western Michigan. Top team in the MAC division for us. James Anderson is scheduled to visit this week, so it's going to be a big week. Jump into recruiting just so I can show you guys kind of what I do typically before every episode. But let's go ahead and get into this, as right now we've got James Anderson and Marlon Sanders scheduled to visit here. So Marlon Sanders is set to visit this week, and we're going to get a 350-point bonus, which will be nice, as Rockford had a great game last week. So we need 2 tackles with the linebacker, 2 sacks with the linebacker, beat a higher ranked team. That is possible. Beat a conference team. We could get this would be a huge week for us. James Anderson also set to visit. Very similar, beat a conference team, beat a higher ranked opponent, and have 2 sacks with the linebacker. So we might have to go to a 3-4 look. Gosh, it would be nice for a big visit here from these 2 players. A couple players ready to visit. Brandon Sanders, as all we can do. We're going to go ahead and bring Brandon Sanders in this week. So we went ahead and scheduled also Bill Jackson for week 13. We're going to take on Ball State that week, and we also brought in the #1 recruit in the country to take on Ball State as well. So Charles Martin will be visiting week 13 with Bill Jackson, a couple of offensive players. We can go ahead and bring in Kimbrough, I suppose, this week, get some bonus points. But it's going to be a big defensive week for us here as we take on the #1 ranked MAC opponent, the Western Michigan Broncos. But that is going to do it here for another episode of Valley State Online Dynasty. If you do like this content, please hit that subscribe button. We are trying to grow the channel, and your subscriptions are very appreciated. Also, go ahead and like the video if you do like what you're seeing here. Leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. We like to have you along the journey, as it's been a struggle bus here so far for the Valley State Crusaders this year, but we're looking to make improvements. So again, my name is Bulldog. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, have a good night.